as you approach the walled city, how do you guys want? What do you guys want to do first?
Athoz is gonna look down at Ari and ask, "So, Miss Ari, do you know much of any of this town?
Nah, not really.
Pay a fee to get in."
Nope.
Okay, so I guess our first order of business, she tried to find the benefactor, put that notice about the gold.
Question,
Squish.
Thomas.
Yep.
The notice from that person that lives here. Did they like put their address or like a place to go?
We'll say yes.
Okay. What were you saying, Max?
Oh, I was just gonna say that Squish tasted the paper, and I wanted to see if that perception would be enough for me to maybe see if I can smell them. But it's a big city, right? Or is it?
I'd say it's kind of a smaller city. It looks kind of more like a large town, but it's like small city size, probably a few thousand people.
So bigger than a hamlet.
But yes, much bigger than fishing.
Okay.
Okay. Are there any delicious smells coming out of Ogden?
There are a lot of delicious. Being situated in the forest, there's a lot of butcher shops, a lot of smoked meat. Seems like hunting, like venison, and other animals are a pretty big thing.
Yeah, Squish just starts wandering off and heading towards the most delicious smell. Thomas, I'll let you decide what it is, unless someone stops it. It's just squooshing along.
Keep an eye on him.
So as you're swooshing along, you hear somebody shout as we'll say it's a woman and her child who just so happened to be in Squish's path as she's screaming a monster, and it's drawing in a crowd.
Okie dokie. Definitely visibly referring to Squish with that comment, like,
Yes.
as in it would be obvious for a cute little dumbass that it was being called a monster.
Yeah.
Squish just kind of shifts a little towards Skrag. I mean, not really looking towards him because that's not really how Squish works, but kind of like shifting in Skrag's direction. Skrag, they're saying I'm a monster, Skrag. Oh, I understand. This makes sense. Hold on a moment. And Squish is going to draw up, and its colorful bioplasm is going to take the shape of a very generic humanoid as posted.
Okay. Yeah, as you shape yourself, some of the townsfolk are shocked and maybe a little bewildered as they've never seen anything like you before. As you hear a few of the people remark like, "I've never seen an ooze that could do that," and there's definitely a sense of fear from a lot of people, but they do hear that they did hear you communicate, and it's kind of a mixture of fear and caution.
Could I be a little shit here?
Sure.
So, little halfling steps forward. She sees like the general kind of fear related to Squish, and she knows that these people need money, and so she goes, "Fear not, for this ooze is trained." And then she's going to look at Squish and say, kind of instruct them to turn into something else.
Okay,
Anything.
what? Anything?
Anything.
Squish looks around.
Maybe like a stray dog nearby.
Yeah. Okay. Squish takes the shape of a dog.
Do I gotta like roll like performance or deception? Or...
I'll say either performance or deception. I'll let you pick.
I mean, it's neither. It's just an innate. Oh, Lyssa's doing it. Okay, yes.
I'm gonna say like it's not that they don't believe you. It's just like they are. I'd say they're more like you convince some of the crowd like, oh hey, this.
I'm going to say, can we have Ari make that roll with advantage instead? And Squish is going to go from just being that dog to very balletically switching between different forms out of the crowd, and then finally setting on Ari's, where Squish begins to imitate all her body language as she's in the crowd.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that. Like, at first, they're not. It's not that they're not convinced that Squish isn't trained. They're not convinced that he's safe to be around. And as Squish catches on to that and starts changing, you hear like a few people give like an impressed applause, and the crowd disperses a bit. There are a few that are kind of more curious than anything, as they've realized that your whole group is, well, at least half your group is pretty strained. And to these people, Athoz just looks like a really buff, big tabaxi.
Are we saying that this version of Toril also has Thri-kreen, or are they unique to Wild Space?
I was gonna say they're either I was gonna lean towards they're either unique to Wild Space, or they're just not they're not really seen or heard about in this part of Toril.
Probably
Awesome.
like Umbroke or something.
I mean, honestly, 7 feet tall, wide as a goddamn doorway, looks like a tank. Hey, Jack, did you know what rhino beetles ate, by the way? Because I didn't until I looked it up after talking to you. But they mostly like fruit and sap.
I think I said the wrong beetle. It's actually Hercules, but yeah,
Oh!
yeah. The head shape is Hercules, not right?
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, still, no one on this planet has ever seen anything
Oh
like
no,
Skrag.
probably not.
I mean, we're talking about the bug shit. Let's also talk about the mechanical arms and a leg.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have.
Oh, you're cutting out a lot.
Oh, see? There we go. Is this much better?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I got my hat to put my mic closer. Athoz is just gonna sigh. Says, maybe we should have probably thought this through before we get this town.
How many people are still just washing Squish stuff?
Let's say like 4 are kind of focused on Squish, and then there's like maybe a few clusters of people kind of up and down the street that are kind of looking at everybody else. Not with the same kind of fear and suspicion as before. It's kind of more kind of a mix of caution and curiosity.
Oh, sorry, clicked the wrong one on that one. Yeah, Squish just wants to take a little sniffy sniff. Obviously, perception in the conventional sense doesn't really... Or should that be insight? I don't know. I guess that's insight. Still wisdom, right?
Yeah. Depends on what are you trying to go for?
Just trying to get a bead of these people, but obviously Squish doesn't actually understand solids, so it's trying to understand the chemicals they're emitting, so...
Oh, yeah, that would
just
be...
like...
That, I'd say that would be insight. Yeah, so, like, I'd say Squish can tell that these people are not used to creatures like him, like being so close to creatures. And the initial response kind of seems like his type of entity is feared on this.
I bet Squish already knows a little bit about that. Oozes probably aren't generally appreciated.
Maybe a little bit different in Wild Space, because you do have other Plasmoid, but I assumed he was in his like more blobby shape, so that's where
started out blobby and now goes back to its basic humanoid shape, its own quote unquote, as seen in the picture. And it waves to some of the people, just as it knows solids can be a very flighty organism or group of organisms. They definitely smell different, but sometimes that's just... These are definitely some kind of organisms, and so Squish is just doing what it did before to try to put them at ease around its presence. Kind of just basic self-defense.
Yeah.
Just trying to settle in a little.
Yeah, you definitely put quite a few of them more at ease. Like when you wave, there's a few children that wave back. Kind of the general feel right now is that maybe some people are convinced that Ari is some kind of like circus performer, and so has like this trained slime and trained Hulk with her, with a buff tabaxi as well.
Now here's the real question. Did anyone throw money at the performers?
See, thank you, Pidge. Squish wouldn't think about it, but I mean, God, Squish is amazing. Most incredible thing they've ever seen.
Like, if they got a couple copper, that'd be a win.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You get 5 copper.
It's Sweet.
As like some people passing by just kind of slip you a few copper coins.
And she's going to take her role of, the trainer of the ooze and be like, thank you. I got a roll for that.
Nice.
Okay. Anyway, she's going to hand off that copper to who's the money keeper of the group.
It is not Squish.
Yeah,
Squish will eat it.
Squish will eat it. He's either Skrag or Athoz. They're mostly responsible.
I think Skrag is actually the one who holds any belongings which might loosely be considered squishes by solids with senses of ownership.
Yeah, probably.
The closest thing to possessions that Squish has is the ship and crew.
Yeah, she's just gonna hand it off to Skrag then, since it looks like he's already holding on to stuff. So he must be the guy that holds on to stuff.
He's the
Has lots of pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
like his outer carapace, it would hold as much as like a fucking armoire.
He holds everything under his the carapace that hides the wings.
He could fucking like install little like gimbal
Yeah.
shelves in it.
Yeah, you know the
Yeah.
like the whole like, hey kid, you want to buy a watch? Open
Yep, it spreads his wings open. Yep, exactly.
I want Skrag selling fake Rolexes in Ogden. That's will make our money. Never mind the quest. Skrag's just gonna make some knockoffs. He's an artificer. It'd be effortless.
I want to get him some paints. He would do some shit like that.
Oh my god,
I
incredible.
really want to get him some paints.
Oh my god. But,
Squish could just make paints, honestly. Breaking organic compounds down into pigment, not hard. Not hard with me.
as the initial excitement kind of settles down and you're able to kind of move about Ogden with, relative freedom, you still get a few odd looks, but, word spreads around fairly quickly. Squish is safe. And as you look for the person that put out the notice, you find out that the mayor of Ogden that put out that notice, say, we'll call him Jarl Torad. As you find his office, how do you want to approach that?
Should we disguise ourselves before we head in there? Should we just ignore the get?
Oh, we've already attracted enough attention. No point in disguising ourselves now.
And you made some money that way. Who knows?
I'm just hoping we don't scare the person that put in. Also, what the heck's a backseat?
Kind of a smaller version of you.
I'm not sure how to feel about it.
I have seen very small versions of Athoz. They are tiny and do not walk around or talk except for some time.
I don't.
Are you talking about cats?
Squish, my dear child. As he put his hand on his forehead. You're somewhat right, and if it was anybody else but you, I would be offended. But if it's you, I'm glad that you remember the small versions of me.
Well, they are solid, like you, and also fluffy, and they have claws and little hairs on their face, and they use those hairs to feel around in the dark.
They're also very delicious.
As the group sees Athoz, as Squish is describing basically a cat, you see Athoz just like touching his face for his from his mane / beard in slight what's the word? Not concern, slight worry for looking very close to a cat.
Okay, gonna just go ahead and roll to see if Squish even remotely understands what Athoz is presently experiencing.
Okay, what you got?
You got a 20.
So, Squish doesn't really understand why the comparison, because Squish talks about bugs that, are similar to Skrag in ways, and Skrag is just like, yeah, that's true. Skrag ain't got no heirs.
I feel like Skrag is the type of guy where fucking Squish keeps going on and on and on about something, and Skrag's just like, yep, yep,
No,
sure.
Just sitting there, just tinkering still. Yep. It's when it goes quiet that Skrag has to look over.
Yeah, when you don't have any bones or feet, it's very easy to sneak out of the room without anyone knowing you've done it.
And that's a problem sometimes.
Yeah, the whole idea of the toddler is quiet. Oh no.
But yeah, Squish will lean up in its humanoid form and give Athoz a little pat on the head and be like, I am sorry, Athoz. You are not a cat. And you are especially not a... What did Ari say in our first meeting?
Overgrown house cat.
You are definitely not an overgrown house cat. You are a normal-sized ship cat person.
Thanks, Squish. You always know how to make you feel better.
You are welcome, Athoz. Now let us go see that mayor. And also, what is a mayor?
Think of him as like our captain, but they, instead of running a ship, they run the place, the entire town.
Oh, like the prince!
Yeah, that's a very good way. It's just they have limits to what they can, so they call people like us to help them out. Hopefully, in exchange for gold.
We need
a lot of things, honestly. So let's see what Mr. Gerald, actually Mr. Torrad, has in store for us. Hopefully, a dragon sword or something. So Athoz, now throwing away the idea of putting out the skies, is gonna head inside and bunk his head against the freaking door hinge.
Mm-hmm.
As he just goes inside and see who's there and says, "Hello, is anybody here?"
Yeah, so yeah, I'll say the Jarl probably has basically a secretary or a steward that deals with visitors, and once you explain that you're here about the job notice that you saw in Cobb, the steward is gonna lead you over to the Jarl, and it's his office is kind of like not a throne room, but you can see the chair is pretty fancy, highly detailed, as it's kind of in front of a desk as he stands up when you enter, and you see this is a pretty tall human, about 6'6", very fair skinned and blonde, as he says, "Welcome. My steward said you came to ask about a notice I put," as he's eyeing you all very, very slowly, as he says, "It's not often we get folk like you, with the exception of the miss there."
Yes, good day. My name is a Starsinger, and yes, we came by to ask more information about the notice you put out in Miss Ari's hometown. And our ship broke down, and we would like to earn some funds so we can fix our ship. Very far from home, you see. So if any help you could offer us, or a job description, that'd be great. We'll be eternally grateful.
As he gives a nod and says, "All right, I do have something that has been on my mind as of late. Something that I would like resolved. That my predecessor would just hire random adventurers off the street, and they'd never be heard from again. You said you were on a ship. Are you? Well, I'd say you all look strong and able-bodied.
We can
Are
hold
you-
our own in a fight.
You can hold your own? All right. Well, there is a matter that has been plaguing this city ever since about a year or so back. People going missing in the woods, leaving tools, carts behind, nothing but a trail of blood, the occasional gore. I've grown tired of watching my people suffer and be afraid to go out into the forest. And lately it has been affecting our lumber mill. Workers too afraid to cut down trees in the forest. Rumors of monsters, vengeful druids. I need someone to look into it and put a stop to it.
Oh, lumber! We need lumber.
Yes, would you give me a... As Athoz straightens up and looks at the mayor and says, "See that you've trouble. Do you have any idea as to where the attacks have been focusing on? Around the lumberyard?"
Not just around the lumberyard, but over the years it's been along the roads. The most recent attack was about a few miles west of some hunters have recently gone. I sent parties into the forest to try and find them. We haven't really seen any sign of them yet. The other day we did come across what we believe was one of their kills, but nothing but a rotting carcass of a deer and a blood trail heading towards a small stream.
But the hunters' bodies were gone?
The hunters' bodies were gone.
But the deer's body was not.
Yes.
Well, that doesn't make sense. If it were an animal, it would not leave any meat behind. That would be silly. It seems more like it is something that wants to hurt your people in particular.
That is a possibility.
I would not leave any meat behind.
As Squish is talking, you can see Torad is kind of eyeing Squish up and down a bit. As your ooze is fairly intelligent.
Tell them it's an ooze. It's actually a little insulting that he keeps calling it an ooze. Or they keep calling it an ooze.
That is okay. Do not mind. I am ooze in origin.
Well, if you're not offended.
Right, if it's insulting to call it an ooze, then may I ask what it is?
I am Squish.
Skrag just gestures towards Squish when he says that.
Athoz just does a little jazz hands around him.
Does he give
Yeah, Squish just spreads its arms out like a performer on stage, just with the jazz hands.
As Jarl gives a slow nod, like, all right. Well, and you said you needed a lumber, I assume, for your ship?
Yes, we're on the hunt for a shipwright as well, but we figured that we first take care of the funding issue before we decide to search for to help us rebuild the ship.
All right.
Well,
How about...
they have lumber here, yes? Does that mean you have people who work with the lumber?
Yes, we do. In fact, since this problem is the heaviest on my mind right now in regards to the safety, how about I offer the four of you a deal? Find out what is killing my people and stop it, and I will do everything in my power to not only find you a shipwright, but also make sure that the price is fair for the services that...
Can't argue with that. Though, we would prefer to have the shipwright look at the damage of our ship, so that way we be fair not only to your shipwright, but to you as well. But aside from that, that'll be a good deal in our end as well. Besides, this creature intrigues me.
Athoz is very good at... He knows so many creatures.
As the Jarl gives a nod and says, transportation can be arranged for the shipwright and your party, as long as you stop this thing.
You said that the most recent attacks are west of you,
Yes.
right? I suppose that'll be your first place to look at. And then Athoz is going to look down at Ari. Are you okay to come along with us, Miss Ari? Since, technically speaking, you're our guide, and we will...
She is going to be filing her nails this whole time, quietly letting them talk. And when she's finally addressed, she just looks up at him and is like, she just shrugs. Better than sitting around in that shithole town.
You're very peculiar, I must say, Miss Ari.
How so?
Don't panic as much as I figured you would so far.
Nope.
Her body does not seem to produce the juices that other solid bodies produce when they are afraid. I do not think she can be.
She just smiles.
That is even more concerning, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
Concerning. That's fascinating.
Well, I mean, more concerning for her, because that means she has no self-preservation and can go in recklessly if she's not afraid of anything.
Yes. That's just a side note. But this is fascinating.
I mean, I cannot disagree with you that is not fascinating to study her.
You feel no fear at all.
Nope.
Interesting. It said you or your kind.
She just shrugs.
Okay. Then he goes quiet again.
I like that Pidge basically has, as a character trait, adopted the god we had in the last game for her, and now that's just 24/7 what we're looking at. Zero fear, zero hesitation. Let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
As Ace is gonna clear his throat for a second at the mayor's like, then I guess we're up to the job then, sir.
All right. He gives the nod. I hope to be hearing back from...
Was anything taken from the places where people went missing. Anything with blood on it or juices?
Not that I'm aware of. A lot of the time, things would be left behind: carts, tools, weapons. Seems like as if the bodies would be dragged away.
Well, I will not know until I get some taste. So let us go taste some things.
All right. And as the four of you set out deeper into the forest,
As Ari follows behind everybody in the mayor's office, she looks at the mayor. Yeah, if you
yeah, I see. All right. As the four of you set off onto your forest adventure, you reach the general location that the Jarl described when he was talking about the most recent attack. You see the deer carcass is still there. It's probably pretty fair along on the decomposition stage, and I'd say with that survival and perception roll, you do find some of the trail of blood that he mentioned. Looks like a little bit of the it looks like the weather has washed a fair amount of it away, but you do find some like dried flesh and kind of get a taste of the kind of residual elements that are left behind. It's diluted, but it tastes coppery, a little bit metallic, a little bit bitter, and kind of tastes like human blood.
This is not from the deer. This is from, I think, what killed the... Actually, no. Squish has no idea what a deer is. This is what killed the four-legged meat animal, I think. What the survival was to see how the deer was.
Oh, okay. Survival, you can see that there is an arrow still lodged into the deer. The decomposition has kind of loosened it a bit, like just the decomposition, the bloating and everything. The arrow's still lodged in there. An arrow through the heart.
Anything, Squish?
Well, you know that bundle of muscle solids have, well, some solids have in their body that makes their juices go around? Blood?
Yes.
Well,
the heart.
yes, that is the word. It is a heart. So they shot it right in the heart. So whoever this was, they used a primitive wooden weapon. They did it very well. They only needed one shot and it died very quickly. So whoever this was, they were pretty good at killing meat animals, and I don't see any sign of a fight other than the blood. So whoever got the hunter probably got them as fast as the hunter got this meat animal.
Did you pick up a trail?
Yes, I think so. And Squish will follow the trail.
All right.
At a certain point, it'll probably start looking harder for people to see, but, you know, Squish ought to be able to suss it out.
Yeah.
Let's have another.
Yeah. So you're able to kind of, you're able to taste your way along as the trail gets a little bit more thinner and thinner, and then as the four of you are moving along, you come across a stream, and the trail kind of turns to go along with it.
How big is the stream?
I'm gonna say it's like about a good probably about 15, 20 feet across. Well, it's...
But not, like, super deep, I would
Yeah,
take
it's not
it.
super deep. Like, it's not...
So whoever
yeah.
this was, they could cross it if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, unless they were a vampire, obviously. Up top! What? You know, vampires can't cross moving water, according to the lore.
Yeah.
I don't actually know if that's D&D lore, though.
That is D&D.
Oh, sweet! I don't think Squish knows about vampires that aren't astral vampires, so...
The vampirates.
That's the thems. Okay. They go up water.
They're actually going down along the stream.
Oh, downstream. Okay. They are going with this water.
Well, add to it, I suppose. Keep an eye out.
And because this is hunting, and Squish is pretty decent at hunting, I'm going to try one of these. Okay, and then I'm going to follow that up with another one of these. So Squish is looking for any signs of what? they are following. Any tracks, any chemical traces that Squish is able to find?
Okay. Yeah, so as you're following along the stream, you do reach a point where this stream starts to kind of go a little bit faster as it seems to kind of decline, and eventually you all come across what looks like a cave, sort of like a vertical shaft that descends down, and the trail seems to kind of go into the stream, over to the other side, and down a set of winding steps that circle down this shaft. Seems to be like fairly old ruins, and at the base of these steps, you do find looks like a partially rotted limb.
Yeah, so everyone else is walking down the steps, right?
Is everybody walking down the steps?
I mean, or are you saying we've already gotten in, or is that right outside the cave?
You're right outside, like right outside the steps, and it's like it's maybe not a cave, but more like just a vertical shaft that goes down.
Huh, ain't doing anything with that one. Is it does it look man-made, or is it a naturally occurring?
It looks like a naturally occurring land feature, but these ruins are made by somebody.
Carved into it after the fact.
Yeah, carved into it after the fact.
Okay. Squish is going to grab the limb and give it a little taste at the point where it was separated from the body, like any chemicals, poison,
Okay.
traces.
Yeah, you don't sense any chemicals or anything. It seems to be minus a little bit of the decay and maybe some scavengers getting to it. Looks like it was either cut or torn off.
Be careful.
Oh shit, Jack was.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jack.
No, I could hear everything. I could hear
Okay,
everything.
great,
I just
great,
couldn't
great.
talk.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. There's gonna be a lot of that. I'm sorry. It's a party.
Okay.
So,
So, okay. Just as long as we got you at all, I'm happy.
yeah, I'm gonna keep my headset on.
Okay, good. Skrag, what do you think? I cannot tell if it was very sharp or very strong.
How would he tell that? Is that something I should roll you, Thomas?
I'd say
Being the cook, I would.
yeah.
Oh, actually, honestly, it'd probably be Athoz because he's the biologist.
That too.
Yeah, he's just going to tell him, but Squish is just going to tell them both.
He's gonna take
Okay.
two.
Yeah,
two
I'd say it could be a number of things. I'd say probably like you could do either like a survival or investigation with advantage since it's the two of you working together.
investigation, right?
Yeah, investigation or survival.
Did I forgot to put the advantages. No, I
Oh
didn't.
no, looks like it did it automatically.
Oh, okay. Well, 18.
Yeah, so you guys are able to tell that it looks like it was very crudely chopped off, almost like with a cleaver.
Well, we're not dealing with the average, so everybody keep your guard up. We're gonna have a bit of trouble.
I did not taste anything on the end that was cut, so I think that it might have been a tool and not an animal. As an animal's claws and not leave things I can taste, and this did not.
Be more.
I do not think it is an animal. I think it is a person.
Athoz is gonna send his familiar in down the stairs to see if there's either traps or any of the sort.
Okay.
So he's gonna send his owl down the stairs, following the path, and he's gonna close his eyes and use the familiar sight as he look around.
Okay.
So what is he seeing as the owl is going?
Okay. Yeah, as the owl is going down, you see the stairs kind of go down to a point, and then there's this kind of carved archway, this doorway that leads into a tunnel that seems to go even deeper down. The stairs do eventually end, and those stairs are probably about maybe 40 feet. I'd say probably like 40, 60 feet below you. And as your owl is kind of flying around down there, you hear something stir in the darkness of the tunnel, as it sounds like several sets of wings flapping, and out of the darkness is a flock of sturges, these large bat-like mosquitoes that start kind of they basically rush your familiar and try to kind of stick their long needle-like noses into it to drink from it.
The owl.
Yeah, well, your owl's got flyby, so unless it used up all its move to get down there, it should just be able to before the attacks, right? I mean, isn't that...
Uh,
Yeah, I know the owl does have flyby, but I don't remember any stats. There it is. Okay. So do I need to roll for my owl to if he dodges all that? If it's flyby passive snack.
yeah, we'd say like your owl still has some movement left, so it can fly away.
Thomas, I accidentally did the pistol.
Oh, sure thing.
As I'm gonna call Ace call back his familiar. His eye says, "Well, there's a bunch of sturges."
Are they coming?
Probably, given that it's
Give me
owl.
give me just a second to
Yeah, it's like,
take care of the
Sorry.
pistol. But yes, they are coming.
How wide is this sinkhole? Like, roughly? Looks pretty big on this screen.
It is pretty big.
Should I get them?
Give me
Yeah,
a
it's
second
pretty big.
as they are flying up now that they are roused into action. So everybody, let's roll initiative.
Plus 10.
Why was what plus 10?
The pistol was plus 10 plus...
Wait. You're getting your proficiency on it, right? Because we're using the Artificer that gives you firearms proficiency. Has that been added in?
Yes, it has.
I
Let's see.
don't know.
D10 plus dex.
Maybe was it flintlock?
Yeah, it's like a flintlock.
Okay, that's fine. Excuse me.
Okay.
And this thing isn't like my token.
Oh, give me just for you and just.
Now you're...
Jesus Christ. Thomas. I see those 3 natural 20s. They've rolled.
There we go. Just a second to go. Set permission so you can see the token setting. And there we go.
Sweet, thank you.
Shall go ahead and add that turn in there for that token. I believe that was an 11 you rolled.
Yeah,
All right. There we go. All right. So basically the Sturges are going to be dashing to fly up to... They're going to head towards the warm-blooded creature. So it's almost as if they cannot see Squish at all.
Oh my god! Because Squish is temperature neutral. Well, not quite temperature neutral, but definitely not running as hot as you guys.
well, Skrag would be...
Oh, true! Skrag probably doesn't have blood either. It's probably like one of those, the plasm running through bugs, kind of like blood and nervous system at the same time. There's a word for it. I'm not coming up. Anybody?
I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Insect goo.
Anyway, Athoz, your turn is up.
Okay, can I reach it?
Yes, you can. They are within, gonna say within 5 feet of you, because they're dashing to reach up to you, which is about like...
Let's see. I'm gonna take a stab at it with here.
Okay.
I guess 9.
right.
Yeah, 9.
Yeah, a 9 does not hit, as these things are fast, kind of flapping like hummingbirds as they're darting back and forth.
Sturges.
Imagine.
All right. The next 3 Sturges are also going to use double their movement to start flying towards Athoz and Ari. All right, and then next up is Squish.
Okay. So, first off, gonna spend my key point there. Astral Arms. And be spent on that one. Yeah. Yes. So, first of all, that one on the right of Squish.
Mm-hmm.
Getting an attack.
All right, that hits.
Yes, I should say so.
That hits and kills it as you just lash a pseudopod out and just crush it.
Just immediately eat it. Just clump,
Basically, yeah.
humped. And that also means... Alright, so I will then... The one on the left there. Good heavens.
That also kills it in one shot.
Okay. And Squish is then going to use its movement to jump up. Actually, let me see. Ari is very small. Squish would probably be about that. She's never had a Squish before, so we're just going to go with a safe one. And Squish is going to leap upon Athoz and drape itself kind of around his shoulders non-obstructively, kind of like a very helpful, very smooth little scarf. and will then be that one additional on account of spending that key point and 2 attacks there. So one more. Good heavens!
Oh, all right.
And that'll be on that one right there.
Okay. So
And I'm
that's
going to put him behind Athoz, but Squish is technically atop him.
all right. Sounds good. All right, and that is another Sturge down. As you all see the Sturge corpses kind of floating inside of Squish, rapidly, more or less melting as they're just little blobs of blood that start to dissipate into Squish until they're... Alright, next Sturge to fly up is gonna flap its little wings up to Athoz. Alright, Ari is up next.
Yippee! So are any of them coming after me yet?
They are
Or
flying.
were they dashing?
They were dashing towards you.
Okay.
But you see at least 2 that look like they're intending on sticking you, and 2 more that look like they're about to stick Athoz.
He's gonna go after the ones going after her first. Going to reach out my quick little grabby hand with one of these.
All right.
And that's this one here,
Okay.
the one directly next to me.
Yeah. As you catch it, you hear it. You catch it as it kind of struggles and lets out a little high pitched screech, and then immediately starts to shrivel up as necrotic energy starts to pulse through it, inflict wounds.
She's just gonna drop it, and that is her turn.
All right. And next up is Skrag.
Jeez, much that I can.
Would it help if I moved back?
Oh no, I mean much as in there's not many abilities that he.
Other
has.
than the cannons. Oh, no, wait. You don't have those yet. Do you?
Not the cannon.
No, wait.
Well, do I?
Was
I'm
that
not-
3
I'm
or
not-
5?
I'm not too worried.
Yeah, we don't need the cannons for some
No,
Sturges.
yeah.
No.
But he's just gonna use the flintlock on that one right there.
Okay.
Let's see, I have this set up 12. Nope, 9.
Yep, that's a 9. 9 does not hit.
Okay.
It's
Well,
just-
that is pretty
yeah.
much all I can do.
You missed. How could you miss? It was 3 feet in front of you.
I have a lion's mane in my face.
Hey,
My excuse. He's hitting me with his tail. What's yours?
it was like, hey, my majestic mane's not the problem here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Squish has just got a whole pseudopod just dedicated to combing that mane just a little bit. It's so fluffy. And when you are a slime, fluffy things are really...
All right, next 2 Sturges are going to dash up to get in close. All right, the Sturge going first is going to go in and try to stick Athoz with its mouth as it goes in for blood.
What's Athos's AC?
15.
Okay, Thomas? Oh,
Yeah.
no, wait, no. Wouldn't make a difference anyway.
All right, yeah,
Yep,
with
you know, that mount thing.
with a roll of 20, it's gonna attach to Athoz and deals 4 points of piercing damage, and that is all it's going to do this.
Squish, smack this mosquito.
All right,
I got a mosquito bite.
all right.
Smack
and
that
then
mosquito.
Athoz is next.
Okay. I'm brand new to this spells. Okay. So he's gonna focus his magic on his blade and cast. What the fuck? Why did that
Hell yeah!
Green Flame Blade. His blade. He's gonna make a normal attack on this one.
Okay.
Give his one creature if it.
Yep.
Okay. So the attack.
But you can cause... Oh my goodness, God!
I'm missing. Are those 2 fucking
Oh,
twice? But if that's the point. I did miss.
yeah, that was a natural 1. So yeah, that is a miss. All right, next Sturge is gonna try to get stuck to Ari, and that is a miss. Probably.
Small thing coming at small thing.
Yeah. Well, tiny thing trying to stick into a medium thing or
Small.
small.
Yeah, she's small.
Yeah, these Sturges
She's
are
small.
tiny. So I imagine they're like hummingbird sized as they're trying to like kind of flit around, trying to find like a good weak point. All right, next up is Squish.
Oh, yeah, and when people do have Squish, I worked it out with Thomas, and it's mount rules. I actually took animal handling, and you all are the animals, because when you're mounted to a thing, it means that that mount has your AC, unless someone specifically, that whole thing. So, you guys have a slightly higher AC when Squish that month. If I pull off the animal. All right, But anyway, there are all these fucking things, and they are biting my cat. And that is unacceptable. Sorry, oh, way up there. I thought, okay, well, all right. So, the one biting Athoz. Oh, Jesus, sorry, double clicked out of reflex.
All right, the one biting Athoz is dead.
Chomp, and spending that key point, flurry of blows style. So, can I just use that second roll I did by accident, since it is otherwise exactly what I would do anyway?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so that will be on, because Squish is technically here, obviously.
Yeah.
So we start with that one, and then Squish will do second attack on that one. So they dead.
Okay.
And wait, my Astral Arms gives me the 10-foot now, right? Doesn't it?
Or I actually don't know. There was a
Sorry.
third sturge that I deleted. Is it just those two rolls?
No. Flurry of blows. If you do an attack, you can then spend your key point to get 2 more attacks after that attack.
All right. I didn't see a third roll. That's why I was at.
No. Yes. Sorry, I am third roll. Just sure. Okay, boop.
All right. Yep, those all hit and kill.
What the fuck? Oh, wow. Okay. All right, so that Squish shoots out a pseudopod and chomps that one.
That would be a fourth attack.
No. Oh, wait. You already got rid of all the other ones I attacked?
Yeah.
Okay, 3 Sturges gone.
Yes. All right. And then next up is Ari.
We're playing whack-a-mole again. She's gonna try it again with this one right here.
Okay.
He's fast. They're probably faster. Do her best.
That is a hit.
So
Another.
it's same as before. She just grabs it out of the air, kills it, and then drops it.
Yeah. They're blasted with necrotic energy, and they just kind of shrivel up and crumple, and you let it go, and it's just a little bit of dust and a smear of blood. All right, and then Skrag is up.
I suppose I'm gonna see if I fire and miss again.
I fired. They missed.
That hits and kills, and there you go.
Yay! Where'd it go? Oh, okay.
Yippee!
Absolute pests.
They really are.
Me about it. As he mosquito bite.
Squish is analyzing its recent meals. It wants to see if those things had any human blood in them.
I'm gonna say probably, maybe not recently. You don't taste any you don't taste any human blood. You taste other types of blood,
But not human.
Seems like animal blood, other humanoid blood, but not specifically human.
And I mean, most of the humanoids on this planet, I don't know, other than humans, Squish had ever tasted it, so I doubt Squid would recognize it anyway.
Yeah, probably not.
These things, they did not bite any.
Here was some Skrag problem. That's not the Surge problem. God.
While they continue down, I'm assuming that we're going down.
Yeah, as we do continue down, Squish is going to transfer from Athoz over to Skrag, and the special little pseudo bag of holding Squish shell that Skrag made for Squish, and Squish is just going to go in there and ponder its meal.
Yeah, as she passes by, she's going to reach out and hit Athoz with one of these bad boys.
Slap my ass. Ow!
Yeah. Just punch him in the back of the knee.
Oh, that's right. Just in Reaver part. I forgot. She's very small.
I mean, you're glad it's the knee, man. You're 7 feet tall. Your balls are basically a speed bag to her.
Honestly. For a little dice win the thing.
Yeah, Grandma called that move the strawberry basket.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how to fight that actually. Oh God. Thank you, Miss.
The idea of the balls dealing damage back is even funnier. Yeah, that's actually 2 points of bludgeoning pitch.
The boss steal.
This is probably Ari going up against a Tarask or something.
Ha!
But anyway.
She would absolutely call a Tarask a little bitch. Just
1v1
the type of
me,
gal
you
she
won't.
is.
Alright, so as you go down the steps, there's a fair bit of humidity in the air, a little bit of mist from the waterfall stream that runs down. As Squish, you taste a few types of moss and some mold here and there that kind of grows along the steps. You even catch a taste of human blood as you're going down the steps as well.
I found more blood. Here, I'm going to just perception that one for chemical synthesis. No, probably not. But is it the same blood I've been following, or is it different human blood?
It's
Or
same.
do I not know?
I'd say same blood that you've been following.
Okay.
Still human.
This is the same blood. Also, I really like this one moss. Skrag, try this moss.
He picks some up to try it from Focus. Pat. He's going.
Yeah, I guess just going around.
Yeah. You eventually make your way down to the bottom of the steps. There's the great yawning abyss below you. And then there is also this tunnel that seems to disappear into darkness.
Darkness.
Yes, darkness. Imprisoning all that I see. Absolute horror.
Anyway, we all. Wait, who doesn't have dark vision?
I think we all do. Wait, no.
Wait.
Are you? Oh, no, I guess they don't.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Well,
So she's just standing there looking in the dark.
I'm sorry, you okay?
I can't see shit. And then she starts going inside.
He's gonna grab her with a claw real quick, and what is this one here? Touch and light something. Fucking crazy. Hold
You
on.
gotta move the
I know
tokens
I
all
have.
together.
I know I have it. I just can't remember.
her
Yeah. Shields a bright light in a 5-foot radius and dim light for additional 5 feet. Magical object. So, is there something on her that he could touch? Like, well, I mean, he could probably do a button.
Like a button or
Like a button. Yeah.
a staff
like
or
a
something
flashlight.
like that.
Oh, the staff. Forgot she had a staff. Yeah. So he will go ahead and touch the tip of her staff and cast a magical tinkering.
Actually, she does have a hand axe. That's her main weapon.
Okay, so it'd actually be his tools. Touch a tiny, non-magical object. So it had to be tiny. So yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, just use the owl feather.
That would work too.
Oh, what's the radius on that?
5 feet. Bright light for 5 feet and dim light for an additional 5, so she can see up to 10 feet.
Okay.
Not a lot, but it's up there.
Yippee!
All right, sounds good. And the rest of you, I guess maybe excluding Squish, have more or less like kind of black and white vision.
Anyway, Squish is not using sight right now. Anyway, Squish is focusing on smell, sound, and vibration.
Okay.
Wants to see if there's anything stirring in there.
Okay, go ahead. That's the 26 perception?
Yep.
All right, yeah. So you, with that 26 perception, you can get a sense of many things by sound. This tunnel seems to go for a ways, kind of sending down into the dark, and you catch like some of the echoes and vibrations of a much larger cavern, cave system.
Oh, this place is bigger. It goes deep.
How deep are we talking?
Is there anything scale-wise that Squish would be aware of that it could use at all to compare? Is it bigger or smaller than the ship? That would.
It is bigger than the ship.
Like, how many times could the Astral Reaver fit approximately into the space Squish? Is roughly.
I'm gonna say probably 3 or 4 Astral Reavers, maybe more.
It's like the ship, but 4 times.
Interesting.
Yes, but it probably does not have a key, so Skrag cannot make us lunch.
Well, I suppose we best get in there and solve the mystery of the town's murders. He's gonna send his owl in within the darkness.
Okay.
Yeah, Squish will follow up on the owl just to guard it so that they can keep seeing what they need to see without it getting cacked early.
Okay. So Squish and Athoz, make me stealth rolls for the owl and for Squish.
So when I roll stealth rolls, I just roll a d20 plus 3 then?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. 29. Man, I'm making bad rolls today.
All right. 9. All right. And then
Is something fucky with my sheet? How am I rolling so many so high? I'm gonna look at it later. This,
No, it
I'm
looks
not.
like your sheet is fine.
Okay. I guess I'm just having a fucking. God, what is the opposite of a pigeon roll? Oh, wait. What am I saying? I know exactly what it is. Isty roll.
a squish roll.
Squish roll.
Yeah, because it looks like nothing's messing with your sheet. It's just you're rolling really well.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
You've got
Great.
your proficiency bonus. You've got the dex bonus plus.
Okay.
All
Oh,
right.
thank goodness.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna tie this into your previous perception roll for Squish. But as you and the owl start to go into the tunnel, you come across this larger cavern. As it opens up, it seems to be just a small piece of a much larger place that you were perceiving before, as you detect other sounds, and you get a sense of kind of distant heat sources that don't necessarily give off light, but seem to almost kind of glow with a kind of a low blue, almost purple, violet heat. And does Squish know Elvish?
I did actually pick a bunch of language. Oh, that's right. It was halfling because I couldn't get a GIF.
Okay.
It was supposed to, but well, on the other hand, yeah, I guess Squish would go with the major spell jamming languages. Whatever Squish would get exposed to the most.
Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about this, and then we had to do more important shit. So, just if you think Elvish is Astral Elvish its own thing, or is it all one language?
I think technically in D&D terms it would all be one language. But I'm gonna say because Wild Space and Toril are two
Totally.
different
Like
places, it's like it's
Old
not.
English versus English.
Yeah, I'd say something like that.
Okay,
As
if you think Elvish would be a main spell jamming language, and I guess it, then yeah, Squish would know it, but
Yeah, 'cause
it
you've
would
got-
be Astral, not terrestrial.
Yeah, it'd be like a different dialect.
yeah, it would be you're picking up a different dialect of Elvish, and it's
being spoken.
being spoken. Yes.
Would like the rest of the group be able to hear this?
I'd say it depends on how far ahead Squish and the but you'll be able to hear it soon enough as Squish is able to avoid detection, but Zest's owl rolled under their passive perception.
I was about to say, cause how far ahead are they going?
That is a good question.
Where did they
Before,
get?
before we do that, cause there's something I can do for the group.
Well, hold on a second though. I'm looking at that roll for the owl there,
Yeah, it's +3, right? 9.
You only roll.
but
Yeah, they'd be +3.
oh, never mind. Sorry, I thought for sure that owls had some kind of advantage. No, I guess not. For the record, owls have special wings that actually make their flying harder for other creatures to hear, and it's bullshit that guy doesn't have more stealth than that. But carrying on.
But yeah, Zest, how far is the owl going ahead? Like-
It's probably around before he gets spotted.
Perfect.
Pass with that.
Oh, fuck yes.
All right. So yeah, that
So that would
9
become a 19.
turns
actually.
into a 19. Everyone else also rolled stealth rolls.
I'm not
And
having-
Jack, just to remind you, you have that chameleon carapace.
Why do I have heavy
Right.
armor?
It's advantage.
I believe it is, yes.
I am only.
Yeah.
That'll
Sorry.
fucking do, pig.
All right. So all of you are undetected as you roll above their passive perception, and they're not actively looking for you. So what you see is looks like a few camps, a camp of a drow scouting party as
Oh, drow.
as they have set up camp on this particular plateau of sorts, and they're not using like actual fire, but kind of magically heated stones that give off a softer glow, and are heated in such a way that it's kind of like fire for their dark vision, since they are able to see temperature. And you can hear they're kind of casually talking in Elvish. They all appear
What
to
are
be
what are they saying?
they all appear to be male drow, as it's a few different conversations, as it's like they're
So they're speaking Elvish, not like Undercommon, or
yeah, they're
don't
speaking.
Drow have their own like different language though? Or am I?
I'd say they.
Yeah, they.
Hold on, do they have their own?
Yeah, they have drow.
Yep. It
Oh,
wouldn't even be
okay.
recognizable.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
it's a completely
All
own
right.
thing.
Yeah, because I was gonna say Ari knows Elvish.
Okay, never mind. They are speaking drow then.
All right.
Are there Drow in space? I actually don't remember.
There's a type, I believe.
There, there is actually like a type of drow spelljammer, but like that's like made out of like underground rocks and gems. But I haven't really done a lot of reading up on it.
All right.
You would dig that shit, man. Or Marius.
Oh man, I want Marius on a Spelljammer so bad.
Oh,
right now.
he would love it. Anyway.
Anyway, okay, so scratch that part about drow, about Elvish. They are speaking drow, because I forgot.
Subs, I was trying to be helpful. Anyway.
So no one can understand what they're saying.
Yeah, no one can understand what they're saying, but they seem to be having a pretty casual conversation. Different.
Okay, so Squish is just studying these solids for a hot minute, just determining some basic animal chemical things about them, like state of
Like,
relaxation.
Are these an aggressive species, perhaps?
Yeah, I rolled that d20 to see the odds of whether or not Squish had ever encountered Drow before. I do not believe Squish has. These creatures are very unusual to it for a variety of... It's a little curious. So, I've never seen elves like these before. But, yeah, just, are they injured or have they fought recently? Anything like that. Like physical condition that should be able to suss from.
Okay. I'll say, like, they're... None of them are injured. It looks like they have fought recently, so they've done a fair bit of traveling on this particular day, so they are camping to rest. And
have they been here for a while? Like, does this cave smell strongly like them?
The cave does not smell strongly. It seems like they have not been here for very long.
Interesting. This might not be it either. And lastly, of course, the most important, how many?
There are 8 of them.
I'm gonna intune my owl for a second, and I'm gonna cast comprehend language.
Ooh!
All right.
To see if I can listen into what they're saying.
Okay. Yeah. Is there a particular conversation you want to focus on, like the 2 nearest ones, or?
Yeah, he's gonna focus on the 2 nearest one first.
Okay. All right. Yeah. From your vantage point, you're able to overhear some of their conversation. And 2 of them seem to be having a pretty casual conversation about the route they're going to take. It seems like this kind of descending plateau is just kind of one step of many, as you can see kind of in the distance. Actually, I'd say you could hear it rather, as this is like a path along the shores of a underground lake, or maybe even a small underground sea.
Is it fed from the ocean? Are we that close to the coast?
Yeah. The island that you are on is not very big.
Fucking underground ocean caves. So
yeah.
dope.
So there's this underground ocean cave. You can hear the waves in the distance, as I just remembered this map kind of has a bit of a shoreline at the bottom of it.
So cool.
As, they're talking about the path that they're going to take, kind of focusing along the shoreline, as you overhear some remarks about the caves along the shore going deeper, but it doesn't seem like these drow are heading that. As I'll say you see that they do have some climbing gear, so they're getting ready to climb along some of the cliffs, and they're just going to be going along the shoreline as they head back to their settlement.
So they don't haven't talked anything about the things that are happening in the area.
Yeah, you don't hear anything about humans or capturing any slaves. Seems like these drow were just on a patrol. You hear talk about like they fended off a hook horror probably a few days back. You hear mention that they lost one of their pack lizards, but other than that, they're not talking about any humans or anybody from the surface.
Because I don't have a mathically. Athoz is gonna take a piece of paper, a parchment quill, and he's gonna start writing down.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna show it to Skrag, Ari, and no, Squish is further. Skrag and Ari to like it looks like it looks like they're just resting. They are.
Hey Thomas, do these drow in fact smell delicious?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
In fact, not only do they smell delicious, but they are eating some delicious food. Smells like kind of like a caviar and grilled mushroom. They're cooking the mushrooms on the rock.
Although here's the thing, right? These are drow, and we're all D&D players of some degree of experience, so we know their deal. But Squish sure doesn't, and they're elves. Although, how is our standing with the elves? The Astral Reaver?
Yeah,
Do they not like us very much? Do we fight them often, or are we able to get along?
I'd say Boswell, the captain, has a grudge against Astral elves, kind of like a sore spot when dealing with any like Imperial Elven ships. But you do have the elf twins on board the Astral, and the general attitude of the ship seems to be like more of like a kind of a welcoming tolerance.
Yep, there you go. Squish is going to make Skrag and Athoz and the captain just so proud, and Squish, well, all right, let me do that. Okay, and oh yeah, that's pretty much perfect. Yeah, Squish is just going to go approach him.
As Squish is doing that, Athoz is gonna then. Hey, wait a minute. Where's Squish on the parchment?
She's going to. Ari's gonna point where
Oh,
Squish ran off to.
Squish.
In the vague direction because you can't see shit.
Skrag's going to change his carapace to blend but better. He's going to start heading down. Kind of.
Question. I have a question about Skrag. So he's a big guy, right?
Yeah, relatively big.
All right.
Big beetle.
Yeah. How funny would it be if there was just a little halfling in there, or a little Kender, I should say, with Pass Without Trace tucked in somewhere?
Under his
carapace she goes.
His wing shell.
Yep.
I mean, she could probably fit.
Yeah.
Carapace of holding.
You know, I kind of like that idea that it would have like.
That's what
little
Squish
shelvings
stays
honestly.
in, right?
It was more of a bottle for Squish, but
I know, like a magic bottle, but now I just like the idea of Squish just living in the carapace, like
Could.
symbiotic organisms.
could, yeah.
Squish gets rid of spaceborne parasites and whatnot.
Because it's either that or she's essentially got to hold somebody's hand because it's too fucking dark. She can't see shit. She's gonna walk off a cliff.
Yeah, as far as the little light that Ari has goes, I'm gonna
It's only 10 feet.
I'm gonna go along with the drow seeing temperatures in the dark and say that they probably don't actually see the light because it doesn't give off heat.
Yeah, I mean, if she makes a suggestion, he would actually be down to do that.
Yeah.
Keep her close. Tuck her
Yeah, she
under
would
her-
probably whisper that, be like, "Hey, you got room in there?"
In where?
And she's gonna like gesture at his like carapace anywhere. Just tuck me in there. I'll keep you hidden.
He unfurls the carapace, and yeah, I'm gonna say that she sees little shelving units in there, like tucked away along the shell, like little pockets of leather pockets, or even more insectoid like membrane or some shit. But yeah,
Yeah,
And
she's
the
gonna
wing-
kind of tuck herself in there and then just focus on the pass without trace.
All right.
So keep
There we
within
go.
30 feet of him.
So yeah, he'll start. Since my thinking, he'll start heading down to about here.
Okay.
Camouflage as well, just in case.
Okay. All
And-
right.
Now you can speak to Squish telepathically at this
Yeah.
range if you would like to stop Squish from doing this thing that Squish is otherwise definitely going to do.
Okay, no, he's not going to talk to him just yet. Let's see what happens. See if things are actually aggressive or not.
Okay.
So he will move. He will move a little bit further down here.
Okay.
Yep.
I was going to ask, like, what you guys want to do, because if you guys don't do anything, you will lose a surprise if you want to attack first. Or
Well, Squish loves
oh.
to attack first, but Squish has been told that it can't just go around eating.
Let me see
actually, no. I
something.
guess you wouldn't lose surprise per se, but I was just thinking of, like, in terms of combat, it'd be like you wouldn't have that extra, like, free round. It would just
Does
be
it
kind of.
look like? Looking at them, does it look like any of them have like bows and their crossbows
I'm gonna say yes. They do have hand cross
and swords?
and sword.
All right. So he's going to tell Squish if they get aggressive, move back up the stairs. He's actually going to move here instead.
Oh yeah, ain't no one catching Squish. Squish fast and slippery.
Does Squish float, or he's actually walking?
Walking, oozing, creeping, blobbing around. But at this point, because Squish remembers the experiences from town, and this planet is very silly about shapes, so Squish is going to take on the shape of an androgynous elf-shaped thing, and will then approach these drow and say, "Hello, do you speak this language?"
That spell. Right here.
Ooh.
Okay.
So yeah, he's covering this whole section right.
Okay. And that is
Trying to
10
make
foot?
it difficult.
Okay.
Yeah, just trying to make it difficult. They have to like come with.
I got you. Okay.
Would you say
that-
Skrag uses that spell with some regularity? Grease being
Considering
so
the
useful for our
combination
level?
that you know that I have. Yes.
I do. I fucking
Yes.
do. Okay, yeah. Squish smells the presence of the butter, smells that butter, and knows what Skrag is doing. And it's like, oh, we might have to fight these guys, huh? Well, okay. But yes, so Squish approaches these elves.
Okay. Yeah, as you're speaking common.
Mhm.
Okay. As you take this somewhat elvenoid shape and approach and speak, they're gonna straighten up alert as if you just completely startled them as they reach for their swords and say words at you that you do not understand.
I gather Squish is picking up some aggression stinks.
Yeah, it stinks of aggression.
Like, are they imminently, definitely going to attack, or are they just on alert?
They are imminently, definitely going to attack.
Well, then that makes this real simple, don't it? But Skrag did say to fall back if they got aggressive. So since they are definitely getting aggressive, well, I mean, it'd be a shame not to,
Have a nibble.
I mean, they're just right there, right? Yep, definitely gonna attack. Sorry, but Squish is a creature driven by chemicals, like all of us.
Alright.
But
All right.
so yes.
Let's roll for initiative.
Oh, there you go. See, that roll sucked. Well, I mean, that one was definitely worse.
Okay. All right. So we'll start this off with this drow over here. It's gonna see Squish and fire is gonna probably move up to this incline here, and it's gonna try to take a shot at.
Oh my goodness, I already get.
That is a miss.
Can I still catch it if it misses, or is it only if it's a hit?
It's only if it's a hit. Yeah, it's only if it's a hit, and then if you reduce the damage to 0, that's when you can.
Okay, nuts.
This next
Yeah,
drow.
Squish just ripples around the projectile. No.
This next drow is gonna 10 feet in front of Squish is just gonna run in and go for a stab. That just happens to be a hit. So 7 points of piercing. And then last but not least, this drow in the back here is gonna move up to get a kind of better look at what's going on. And then next is gonna be Ari.
So I have a question.
Yep.
It'll work with the grease, and I just want to know if this is possible in the realm of like mechanics, I guess. Let me this.
Okay.
My idea is combining the taunt with the thaumaturgy.
Oh, as in you would taunt them into the space and then use the
Yes.
thaumaturgy to light it.
No, the thaumaturgy would be making her voice louder, so all of them would like suddenly hear this loud noise from the stairs,
Oh.
and they'd know somebody's there. Maybe they can't see yet because of the. I mean, I'd probably drop the pass without trace. Would that be possible? Because I think it would be really fucking funny if all they hear is just, "Hey, motherfuckers!" and look away from
Okay.
while being taunted and they get pissed off.
My question is, does the taunt affect multiple targets or just a single target?
Just a single target. And that's why I am asking, would I be able to use thaumaturgy to boost the taunt?
I'm gonna say you could use the thaumaturgy to kind of draw them in. Like, they'll be drawn towards the stairs, but you would not be able to add the taunt to that, because the taunt has to be a single target.
Yes.
You could probably target one guy in particular, but he would know kind of your location, so to speak. You would reveal where you are.
God damn it. Okay.
Because it is specifically compelling them to attack you. It'd be difficult where you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because
you,
more, I was thinking like they would come towards the like general vicinity of the thing that is pissing them off.
yeah, I'm sorry, this is not Skyrim.
But yeah, that's kind of the
Hey, troll face!
yeah, the inspiration I got from there was just, anyway. So I am tucked in here. I am going to keep focusing on pass without a trace.
Okay. All right.
For now.
And then Athoz.
Oh God! I want to curse, but Athoz is not about that lifestyle. He's a proper gentle lion. Sorry.
Yeah, for now.
It depends how far Ari and Squish can take his patience. Okay, so passive. We're not invisible technically. We're just like
You're
invisible.
well hidden. You're not invisible, just really
Yes.
well hidden.
You are very well hidden.
God. He is going here closer, and he's gonna hold his action to wait. Can you, if with holding action, can I use a bonus, the bonus action, the action itself, or is it only an action?
I believe it's so like holding action is just saying like under this condition, then I will take my action and do this. So I believe a bonus action would be included with that.
Okay, so I am going to hold my action, and as soon as either Squish falls back beyond the bunch of cooking grease, or as soon as the melee people get close by, I will activate Blade Song.
Okay.
So I will hold my action,
All right.
and that'll be
All right.
because I have far away spells.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Shit. Accidentally rerolled this Drow's initiative.
I think it was like 18 or 13 or something like
I
that.
think.
Either way, it was.
There you go.
Okay. All right. So this Drow right here is gonna step to the side a bit and is gonna say he's gonna probably move back over here and try to take a shot at, and
Nope.
that is a miss. All right, and then Skrag is up next. What would Skrag like?
Give me. All he can really do now, he's waiting. He's gonna go ahead and shoot at this fella right there since he was roll. Jeez.
All right,
Crappy rolls.
that does not hit.
He hisses a bit and starts reloading. That's all you can really do right now.
All right.
But he fired his flintlock then?
Yeah, I think that's all he has. Yeah. Why, what?
Well, I'm just saying, just filling the cavern with a sound of thunder then, right?
Yep.
Oh, my little cat ears. I mean, my little lion ears.
All right. Next up is Squish.
So when the drow pierced Squish, I presume it was like a stab?
Yeah, it was kind of like a stab, a slash. I think I said it was kind of more like a stab, but yeah, it's like, it's piercing.
Is it a magic weapon?
It is not a magic weapon.
Well, never mind all that for now. So yeah, got in all close to Squish. Should not have done that. Should not have done that. But Skrag said I need to. This guy's stabbing me. Nope, sorry. Base instinct will always win out in the end. Yeah. Gonna go ahead and advantage this shit. Actually, no, would it be a grapple? So, yeah. Squish gonna go ahead and. Yep, just go ahead and do that.
Okay.
So, yeah. Squish gonna spend a key and do that again.
All right. So both of those attacks hit. Okay. Those 2 attacks are going to kill him.
Oh, just the first 2, huh?
Yep, just the first 2.
All right. Squish just envelops this motherfucker. Like, obviously, Squish is medium, so, another medium creature. But Squish just, surrounds this guy for a minute and then just crunches in real quick and just breaks his fucking neck and limbs. Like, as soon as he comes in to stab Squish, Squish just lets him do it and then just folds in around him and just crushes him.
Lovely.
And then, no longer in humanoid form, because, you got to be flexible in situations. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Then Squish is just going to leap away.
All right.
Squishity, squishity.
Okay.
I would say, Squish, you are also now in the Pass Without Trace if you wanted to, disappear.
Oh, word up.
So
Okay, now that Squish is in the pass without a... Well, okay. Thing is, I know that from a tactical perspective, but does Squish... No, pass without... Squish is not exactly a master. All right, let's... I got a system for that. All right, let's... Nah.
Gotcha.
Nah. Squish
Gotcha.
got to know it. Although I guess Squish could notice it was quieter. Is that how that works? You quieter?
Yep.
All right, in that case, I'm gonna use the other one then instead. This one. All right, yes. So Squish will then use, I guess,
I guess you would have to use an action to hide, I think.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Because it's the spell is a veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, but it's it masks you from detection. It doesn't automatically hide.
Okay.
So on Squish's next turn, he'd be able to use an action to hide.
Okay.
All right, well then, yeah, Squish will just stay in wait and prepare to pounce anyone who comes through this fire.
Okay.
Question: what are they saying as Squish has killed one of their men?
They're basically shouting to kill the ooze, and after that gunshot, they're saying that there's more than one of them and to open fire.
An ooze that uses a gun. That's a...
No. Skrag used a gun.
Oh, okay.
So they know that Skrag is over here, and I imagine Skrag had to kind of come out of hiding in order to fire.
Now, just for the record, how religious are these drow?
How religious are any drow?
Well, I just mean in the drow pantheon, on
yeah.
occasion, even aside Lolth herself, is Gonadar? Gonadar? The formless one? The god of oozes?
Okay, I wasn't...
Jubilex?
No, Jubilex is when they worship Jubilex, it actually goes... Let me just look.
Well, there's the unholy. That one's called the...
Oh, I might be mixing that up. Oh, yeah, no, Gonadar is that which...
Yeah,
but it was... on again, off again, drow pantheon. So it's an ooze that talks, so I'm just bringing that up, just, in case you wanted to say.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with the drow pantheon.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. So they are... I'm gonna say that they know where Skrag is, but because on the map there's this kind of half wall sort of thing, I'm gonna say that's gonna give Skrag a +1 bonus to his armor class. As we're gonna say these drow on the right side are gonna try to shoot at Squish, and the drow on the left are gonna try to shoot at Skrag.
Though for the record, half cover actually does +2, not
Oh,
+1.
+2. Okay. I couldn't remember off the top of my head, so I was just making the spot judgment there. That's good to know.
+2 to AC and Dex check.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So we'll do that +2 then. All right. So this drow here is going to try to shoot at Squish. That is a 22. So
Okay,
that does
this is
hit.
my moment. This
So
is
it's-
my moment.
So that's going to be 3 points of piercing, and I need a con save.
Well, hold on. Hold on a second. Let's see.
Mhm.
Okay, reaction. Okay.
Oh, that's right. The arrow catching.
Yeah. Wait, what do I roll for? Your reaction deflector.
Hold on.
Oh,
Let's see.
1d10 plus my dex mod. And I also get my whiz mod because my astral.
Yes.
So that's.
So if you reduce the damage to 0, you catch the arrow.
Okay, so that means I reduce it to 0 in a big way, yeah?
Yeah. So yeah, you catch this arrow, this crossbow bolt.
Is that point to get back at him? It's a crossbow.
Well, it also has a poison.
Yeah, using poison against a drow. That's hilarious.
Or
Yeah.
resist-
Wait, they're not even resistant to poison? Oh! You know what? Fuck it! Okay, that is... So what, I just do
I
a
guess you-
ranged attack then?
Yeah, I guess it would be the d20 plus your dex.
You don't suppose Astral Arms does anything about that, do you? Would I be
I-
able to apply my there too?
I
or...
I don't
Alright,
know.
sorry. Just
I
quick
don't.
peek, quick
I'm not
peek.
familiar with that subclass.
Okay, yeah.
All right, that hits. Go
y'all,
ahead.
Y'all are seeing this, right? I mean, I am unstoppable, right?
Go ahead.
Initiative.
Go ahead. Roll 1d6 plus your dex for damage.
Boo!
Alright, and then he is gonna make a con save. He has to beat a 13. Alright,
I
so
think he did it.
he is not poisoned, but he does take 4 points of damage. Alright, and then that's gonna be that drow's turn. This next one is gonna try to shoot at Skrag. So Skrag effectively has an armor class of 18. Rolled an
Fuck.
18. Alright, so 4 points of piercing, and then I need a con save from. All right,
I think that might do it.
You're not poisoned.
Did you guys hear Isti just now? I swear I thought he was just here.
Oh.
So this drow in the
Sometimes I
back.
can still hear Isty's voice.
This drow in the back is going to do a crossbow bolt at Squish. That is a miss. This one all the way in the back. It's going to move forward. Say over here, checking the range. Yeah, that's still. It's a pretty far shot, but it's still in range for a hand crossbow. As he's gonna aim at Skrag, and that
God
is
damn it.
a 19. So 8 points of piercing, and then I need a con save. All right, you're not poisoned.
That was a tough little beetle.
Fuck your poison.
And then this much closer one over here is gonna take a shot at Skrag.
Christ on sale!
Welp.
So 9 piercing, and then I need another con save.
It's fine. It's okay. He literally has a pocket healer right now. He literally has a
Alright.
pocket healer.
You are not poisoned. And then last drow is gonna move up a bit, and is gonna mix it up by taking a shot at Squish, because Squish is kind of out in the open from his perspective. All right, and then so 21 to hit. That hits.
Yep,
4
already used my reaction.
piercing.
Can't do it twice.
4 piercing, and I need a con save.
Okay, and that will be with advantage on account of my resistance.
All right, you're not poisoned. All right, and then Ari is next.
All right. How's her bus looking right now?
Oh, he's hurt.
Hey, hold up a minute. Jack, you did remember to use the natural armor when you were factoring everything Skrag, right? Okay, just checking.
Rejoice, for I am a healer. 16.
Nice.
All right, 16 points of healing. Very nice.
And with that, I have to roll. What do I roll for concentration? To hold
Oh.
concentration.
That is con difficulty is going to be, I think, 10 plus the level of the
So it'd be 12.
DC is going to be.
Hey!
Hey, natural 20.
Hey! A 20 and then a 1.
Jesus. The duality.
Yeah. So yeah, she's still got it.
Yeah, Jack, you don't actually have Skrag's armor on in your inventory. Sorry to be skulking around.
No,
in your sheet,
I
but-
don't, because look what happened. So I put on the scale mill. It's still 16. So
This just seems low. You have the
no,
scale mail and then
it's
the
13,
natural
it's
armor.
13 plus my dex modifier.
Alright.
But when I take off the scale mill, it does this. It drops it to 10, so I have to put it back up to 16. But yeah, it's supposed to be. It says right here, Weld space. Hold on. Carapace is armor class of 13 plus your dexterity. So it's supposed to be 16.
Oh, while you aren't wearing armor. My bad. My
Yeah,
bad.
and he's
Forgot
not.
they didn't stack. Forgot they didn't
Yeah.
stack.
Yeah.
He has scale mill. He's just not wearing it. So,
Got it.
yeah, he's just wearing clothes.
Is that your turn, Hanban?
Yes, that's her turn.
Okay. All right. Next up is Athoz.
Okay. Lovely, isn't it?
One question I do have, because I'm not sure how like Skrag's like little carapace plates are. Feasibly, would she be able to like peek out and attack if she?
Yeah, he spread them a bit. So
Got it.
you know how the beat. Like, I'm really imagining
Yeah.
where it can open up just enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm envisioning
She's
a road
just a little
trip,
guy.
a road trip between Ari and Squish, just like
Yeah.
playing cards or something, while Skrag just marches on.
She is simply taking care of the bus right now. All right.
And this bus is struggling.
Yeah.
Uh,
This bus needs an oil change.
in any case,
Excuse you.
thank you for excusing. I didn't have to go to the bathroom, but regardless.
Wow.
Let's gonna peek up from the wall. Funny thing about that wall, it's just a 7-foot tall lion thing trying to hide against a fucking wall. But he's gonna peek out and he is gonna look at this guy, and he's gonna do an Ari and toss a mind silver.
All right. Oh, God.
Oh no.
Oops.
All right. That is an 18 on that intelligence.
He hides behind. Well, he just stays, and that's it.
Okay.
Toss.
All right. Next drow is going to take a shot at... And that is a miss. All right. Next up is Skrag.
Oh man. I'm still doing this shit.
It's okay. Take all the time you need.
I was looking at the whole Eldritch Cannon thing this here. It's a lot. So I'm trying to see.
Yeah.
Object, AC of 18.
Yes, Pitch, you can heal his little turrets with mending.
Excellent.
So it doesn't say what does it take to cast. So he's sitting there tinkering really quick. Just,
Though since we're getting lit up with all this ranged shit, you always got the protector ballista.
yeah, that's what I'm either looking at protector for temporary points equal do a magic spell attack of 2d. Let's go for the protector one.
Okay.
I believe it does. I think it's an action to cast. It doesn't.
Yeah, it seems like...
It's an action. It's
yeah.
an
It
action.
is an action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Using
So I can only
woodcarver's
cast-
tools or smith's tools, you can take an action to magically create a smaller tiny.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't even. It's right at the fucking top. Fucking.
I know. I'm right there with you.
I'm going to make it a little bit more simplified later on. Yeah, so he's going to go ahead and put the ballista. No, he doesn't want to get hit. So he's going to put it.
Oh, you can make it tiny though, so you could put it
Tiny.
against that wall. It would be under total cover given its size.
Yeah, that's true. But he would just. It's 10 protection. Number hit points. So yeah, he would drop it like here somewhere. Just
Okay.
looks like a little toy cannon, and it's just like firing nothing.
All right. Sounds good.
But it has like pulsing of energy, which does plus intelligence modifier d8 plus 3, so 9 temporary hit points here. But it's not a lot, but it's something.
It's something.
We're level 3. That's fucking rich in HP. Level 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Skrag puts down his shield generator.
I think they have a shield generator. Yeah, he's gonna move back here to get 3/4 cover.
I miss the shield gens.
I do. I miss Junkrat's little voice line. Yeah, that's all I can do.
All right. And then Squish is up.
Let's see. This guy's pretty rangy, right?
Yeah, he has a crossbow.
Skrag, I want to get that guy.
Kill them all. That's all he just said. Just kill them all.
Yeah.
Do whatever you gotta do.
Squish moves like some kind of fucked up living river and just pours across this space. Just fucking gets there. And doing some of that.
Was that with advantage?
No, sorry. Let me do that again. Oh.
I mean, 15 or 20, that's still hit.
Oh, wait, right. What am I saying? Why would I re-roll? You did the first one. God, why don't we just always? All right. Yeah. Okay. So that is a hit.
All right. Yeah. You hit, and your attack grievously wounds him, but he's not dead.
Okay. Then in that case, all right. I glory. Oh wait, shit. Can I slightly retcon real quick? Because I keep forgetting Astral arms give me 10 foot on my melee. Oh, there'd be no point in being that going to grapple with.
Yeah, we can do that.
I don't know why the character generator. Oh, for goodness sake. Wait. Wow. Sorry, I thought I had this thing, but this is really confusing. It's like you got Flurry of Blows. Immediately after you take an action on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action. And then you've got Key Fueled Strike. If you spend 1 key point or more as part of your attack on your turn, you can... Oh, okay, sorry. All right, fine. Yeah, fuck it. I will make that my turn.
Okay. All right. Next drow over here is going to shoot a crossbow bolt. I don't know why I keep misclicking the heckin' initiative. So that is a miss. Next guy is gonna see Squish in the open and take a shot. So 17 hits. Max, do you want to use your reaction?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use my reaction. Christ, we only just did it.
It was 1d10
Yeah.
plus your dex and plus your wisdom or extra arms.
Another 1 for that. Incredible.
That lowered the damage to 0, so you catch the arrow.
Oh, no, wait, that's right. It's only a use of key if I fucking throw it back. All right, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
just gonna eat it.
All right. Now the drow is going to try to shoot you again.
Good heavens, that
Oh.
will definitely do it, won't it?
Yeah, that's 11 points, and then make a con save.
Oh, you might be about to kill Squish. 11, you said?
11, yep.
Oh,
And-
no, wait, that's right. I got the temp HP.
Oh, yes, that's true.
All right, so for that. Mhm.
And then a con
Well,
save.
Yep.
All right, you're not poisoned. All right, next drow is going to move up and then take a shot at... it's going to take a shot at Athoz. It's been having it too good for too long.
16.
That's 16.
That's a miss.
What's your armor class?
15.
16 hits.
No. Remember, his armor class is a 15, but he's behind half cover.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. My mistake. Okay. All right. Yeah. So it plinks against the wall. Next drow is also going to try to take a shot at Athoz. God damn it. I keep misclicking initiative. I don't know why. Anyway. This one is a 20.
Use my reaction to cast
All right.
shield.
Shield, that's a...
+5.
Okay,
five.
+5. Okay. All right,
So
yeah.
Which wouldn't actually help if you would it?
No. Would it?
Oh, no, wait, right. Also the half cover. Nope, you're good.
Yep, also half cover. So, Athoz effectively has an AC of 22 right now. All right. So that protects you. The last drow is going to shoot at Athoz, too. And,
Hi.
Yep, that does not hit. All right, next is Ari.
All right. She's going to drop Pass Without a Trace, since it is no longer being. And the enemy can fully see the little group now. And all of a sudden, this little blonde halfling appears from underneath the big bug man's plates and opens fire with a crossbow at that one.
All right,
And yet,
that is a miss. Yep.
And then she's just gonna pop right back down.
All right.
Actually, hang on, let me look. As a bonus action. So she misses, and she's gonna just, a string of curses in her little, Kender language, and then she's just gonna point at the one that she shot at and call it a bitch, and then she's gonna disappear.
All
to
right.
reload. So I need a wisdom save. That makes it. Okay. He is not, pissed off.
Yeah.
Maybe just confused.
He's like, what did she say? I don't know. Halflings?
Just what the fuck was that? They
It's a big-
thought they saw something. Like,
Must have
Oh,
been
yeah,
the wind.
How would they react upon seeing the Pass Without the Trace drop and whatever? How would they react seeing a fucking huge bug?
I vote roll for intimidation.
They'd probably just want to kill you even more now.
These
Probably
are
would
drow,
duck
bitch.
back.
If we kill it, we can eat it.
Yeah, he ducked back because that hurt a lot.
Look at the meat on that thing.
It's all shell. It's
How-
all shell, really. It's all shells.
How is he looking, by the way?
Oh, he's fine now. You
Okay, good.
pretty much healed him right back up to full.
Kissing his little boo boos.
Yeah.
Skrag is just
Anyway.
like, I'm not meaty, I'm just big shelled.
Take away the shell. He's like this stick bug.
Like when you get a cat wet.
Yeah.
Alright, Athoz is up now.
Okay, so for my
POV, he loses his shell.
gross. For my bonus action, since the requirement was never hit, Athoz is going to activate Blight Song.
Okay.
I said Blight Song. There we go. So he strikes his rapier against the wall, and it begins to hum in song as it envelops the cave in a musical tune. And for my action, he is going to, before I say that, real quick, so if I step over the grease, would I be affected by it?
Yes, you would have to make that dex.
Boy.
But your walking speed is increased by 10, and you have advantage on dexterity checks, so you could just leap over it, right?
I could
Yeah, it's just 10 feet.
I could try to run my way. So I'm gonna try to run my way to get to run my way. I said run my way to get here. So I need to roll dex. You said.
Yes. Well, it's advantage on dex acrobatics, so that would depend on what the grease spell is. Is it acrobatics or a dex save?
Well, I mean, it'd be acrobatics if you just hopped over it.
Oh, right. Okay.
Jump
Yeah,
my
go
ass
ahead and
over it.
Yeah,
roll.
because it's only 10.
Yeah, go ahead and roll acrobatics. Then. I guess DC 10. All
11.
right, you just make it.
I don't know why I'm running so low today. Depressing.
Most of the luck is going to me.
It appears that way, yes. And he shimmies his way all the way here. Be right next to Squish.
Okay.
And what's up?
That guy is probably going to die in the next attack, so
That's fine. I'm just gonna be
whatever you got.
Okay, so I'm just use mind. Whoop.
All right. That's a
Yay!
fails a save. All right.
Yeah, I finally hit it. So he takes 4 psychic damage.
All right. He's dead.
Okay, I was like, okay, so the second part of the effect, the spell doesn't matter. All right, he's dead. Good. And that ends my turn. God damn it. I've been holding back because I was rid of the grease for good fucking reason because I barely made it.
All right. And next up is Skrag.
Oh, sorry. Damn it. Anyway, damn, Squish is out. Actually,
can you
can I hold an action and for Squish to come back?
Yeah, I was wondering that too. Can you hold part of your action, but not all of your action?
No,
I
you
literally-
have to hold your whole action.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, that includes my bonus action, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. All right. Then I am going to. What is his health looking like? Is he looking pretty
Oh, who? Squish?
Squish? Is he looking? It's hard to tell with Squish because
Yeah. I kind of take it as a Squish gets a tiny bit smaller as peak damage absorbed back in. So yeah, he looks a little smaller.
Okay.
Damn it! Now you guys got me gendering my slime. It's trans visibility day.
It's so they would come back at this point. Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to hold the action for Squish to come back within range that can.
Okay. All right. It sounds good.
Hmm.
Okay, and then Squish, what are you gonna do?
Real quick, let me just measure. Right, that's it actually. But and the 10-foot range shield generator is what? We need to get some little drops for Jack's
Yeah,
Because
because it's gonna be.
Okay, yeah. Squish is gonna just straight pick up Athoz and take him home.
here, a placeholder suit of armor for the ballista.
Yeah, that works.
Is Squish allowed to take Athoz back?
Oh yeah, he'll be comfortable with it.
Yep. So Squish just like flows under Athoz and then just kind of just like half flows, half carries the cat back to here.
He's just surfing along.
Yep.
Surfing USA.
Do I have to do the dexterity for the grease as we go back?
No, you don't, because you are being carried.
Okay, I'm just.
Okay.
Yeah, and Squish just decides since the butter thing is definitely not going to work, squeeze the butter off the ground and just gain half a health point back from butter. I mean it's so nourishing. All right, and yeah, Squish is going to its action to. Actually, I guess I don't even need to do that. Yeah, Squish just going to flatten down behind the wall there.
Okay.
Yep, turn ended.
All right.
In that case, since Squish is back, I can use a bonus action to create a pulse with the cannon,
Mm-hmm.
which does the refresh of the temporary point, or refill, I should say, of the temporary points.
Okay.
It's going to be a little bit of something. What did I get?
A 4.
So a 7.
Okay.
7. So we each get like 30 hit points.
No, this refills squishes.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Because hit points, temporary points don't stack. And he's going to back up and I guess try to fire off at this dude again. It's Ari just comes along.
Yeah,
All right,
she's in there somewhere. Who knows where?
fire in the hole. He's still 11. Jesus fucking Christ!
What the fuck?
Yeah, and he's gonna move. He's gonna move back and press against the wall.
Okay.
So then you can attach Ari to my token. I don't
Wait,
know.
hang on. Can you highlight both?
Me?
Yeah, can you click and highlight both?
I don't know.
You just left click and you should be able to like highlight your token.
Yeah, it's highlighted.
And then you should be able to click and drag to both of them and you can highlight both of them at the same time.
That's alright. I'm not too worried. I just
Like
found it amusing.
because I can move you here and then I can do this and then
Oh, I think I'm just doing something.
where were you? You were here.
Yeah, you just squish it
There.
up against the wall. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's not like being shot at. That's it.
I am getting shot at.
Okay. All right. You hear the drow. One of the drow shouts something. One of the drow in the back over here, one of the injured ones, as seems like he's giving the order to retreat. As some of the drow seem to kind of heed his direction, and they're going to start to they're going to start to leave, heading the way they came from. This one over here is going to drop down a good old fairy fire. And DC is going to be 11. And he's going to 20-foot cube, so it's going to be something, I think, something like about this size. And then he's going to start running for it. And they are going to basically just start leaving. Going to dash.
Do you want us to do a dexterity saving throw?
Oh, yes. Go ahead. Sorry, dex save. For
Okay.
everybody except Squish.
I'm not very dexterous. I'm not very dexterous.
All right.
Dang,
Don't ask how I passed that.
I don't either. Well, if you're inside Skrag,
You're in the beetle.
Would you say that he's a Volkswagen Beetle?
Yes,
I hate this.
Yay!
I hate this fucking family.
I am going to have to go pretty soon. It's
Yeah.
almost time.
Okay. But yeah, so
Realize
basically the drow are going to run and retreat.
All right, hold on. Let me just give Squish's predatory instincts to resist this case. Yeah.
Okay. So that will basically be the end of combat there, as the drow retreat and disappear into the darkness.
Well, that went along as expected.
Ari's gonna pop back out and be like, "All right, sound off. Who's injured?"
Assuming just poor Squish, since they were in the middle of it.
She's gonna squirrel her way out and slap Squish with.
Thankfully, they left this convenient flame for you to see for a little.
Yes.
Okay, 20.
Yeah, she's gonna be right there.
Yeah, healing Squish isn't like, you don't get a disadvantage on it or anything, but it is a little weird as opposed to anything else you've ever healed before. Kind of just a little bit more of a push, like a sticky door.
All right.
But Squish wiggles in its little beanbag chair shape. Thank you.
Sure.
Just putting something in the treasure channel there, because I'm assuming you guys are going to loot the two bodies.
Yes.
Yes. So you
Oh, yeah.
find 24 silver, 2 hand crossbows, and 6 crossbows.
Any vials of poison or anything like that?
Actually, yeah. We'll say there's like a vial of poison. Drow.
All right, cool. He will scroll that away under under where Ari is.
Oh,
Um,
she's crawled out for now.
Oh, okay, never mind.
For now
Oh.
being the key word there.
So yes,
He's given her permission for a hiding spot.
Is she small enough? Why not?
Yeah.
Oh boy. I
Oh.
guess
She's
he
gonna get him
shenanigans.
bumper stickers.
Go ahead, Max.
Baby
Yeah.
on board.
Squish is gonna do a little tasting. Obviously, let everyone else get the stuff they want, because, you know, solids love physical objects for some reason. See if there's any kind of trace at all of, like, human blood. Well, you know, not any at all, obviously, but anything matching.
Yeah, nothing matching the chemical makeup of human blood. Even on the weapons, like no trace amounts of it. Or these elves did not fight humans recently.
It's not them. They didn't do it. We're
Yeah.
not done.
Yeah, I kind of jumped the gun. It's all
But
right.
but they were talking and people, and you do not like it when I eat talking people without a good reason. So I thought it would be good if I did not just eat. Was that wrong?
Wrong. We're on a planet that seems like are not very common. It's not like us. We're an anomaly. We're strangers, so
Oh,
we gotta be careful. Otherwise they're gonna start attacking without me. It's not that you did it. Be careful, interact, because I listened to their conversation. They weren't really talking about our issue. They probably don't. There's a strange beast killing without regard. Search within this fucking.
So after you all rest and recover, you see that there is a path that it's almost like kind of partly cobblestone, probably part of the old ruins here, as it kind of leads down a few more sets of steps, kind of hugging the cliffside before it leads into a cave. But as you are going down this path, you see this beautiful view of a shimmering underwater ocean. The water goes almost seems to disappear into the horizon, but the water itself is a pale, almost crystalline blue as you see the underwater flora beneath it kind of glow with a gentle bioluminescence.
oh,
And then in the distance, you hear a horrific screech. Probably some underground predator in this subterranean world.
Sounds like his cousin.
it's very big.
Or it's very distant, I'd say. It's somewhere else completely.
Oh no,
far.
Squish was talking about the cavern.
Oh, okay.
Squish is just admiring the view.